Brooke Beason. I'm with Ms. Rankin's American Federal Government class, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 o'clock to 11:50. We're going to be going over Chapter 5 that we did last week. Our Chapter 5 quiz and homework was due yesterday, which was Sunday at midnight, so make sure you had that turned in. I'm going to show you guys something new, kind of what I do a little bit. I'm going to zoom in so you can see here. This is just kind of to study. I try to do this before I take a test or the quiz online. Or right when I'm doing the quiz online, I'll do this and then kind of look through it and save it and study this and kind of do this. But you kind of have to take the quiz, but I'll just explain that. So when you're taking the quiz on Blackboard, you can copy the question and then paste it in a Google search. So what you can do, I'm going to zoom in so y'all can kind of see the board better. Nope. There we go. So you can just go to Google or whatever your favorite search engine is and Google Quizlet, Quizlet, Quizlet. Click on just the first thing. This is kind of what their homepage is going to look like. And then click up here at search. And then you would copy the question and it'll literally bring up all the questions that she's asking on the test. Not all of them sometimes, but like most of them. And so right here, I don't have the test up, but I'm going to, on our study guide, I'm just going to Google equal rights and civil liberties. Okay, so I type that in, and then I'm just going to click on the first thing that pops up, and it has all of these definitions and stuff that is related to what she's talking about in class. So what you can do here, this is what I do. It helps me study in other classes too, especially terminology. Sometimes you don't have time to write on flashcards like I was saying last week. So this already has the flashcards made out for you. So it has natural rights, and then what you would do is you just click it, it turns itself over, and it shows you the definition. So it's really, really helpful if you don't have time to write flashcards, or you are in between classes and you forgot your binder at home or in your dorm or in your car or wherever, and so you can just get on this, Google it, and you can just pull it up on your phone. I think you can do it on your phone, surely. Pull it up on your phone, pull it up on your computer, study for 5 minutes, just wherever you're at, so you don't always have to take your notes with you. So I thought that, I do that when I'm studying for other tests which Ms. Rankin's tests are online, but you can do that for her tests and for any other classes that you need. This can help you in other classes where you take a test in person and you really need to study, but you don't have time to really write out a study guide or write out flashcards or something like that. And it basically has pretty much anything, like say if you had a psychology class, you could look up humanistic psychology, and then just Google, it pops up here, and you turn it over and it gives you the thing, and then you can click over and it'll just give you questions and vocabulary words and stuff like that. So it's really, really helpful for me, especially if I don't have time to write the flashcards or definitions, or I was gone one day in class and so I asked what they talked about, and I can look it up on Quizlet, and it's really, really helpful for me. So I hope that'll help you a little bit. Hopefully. So that's what I do, and it helps me a lot, especially if, like I said, if I don't have time to write out a study guide or something. I'm also going to say this real quick. Don't just use Quizlet to just cheat and like do every single answer, like go to Quizlet and look at it and just not even try. Make sure that you're trying on your quiz. Look at your Quizlet before and then go take your quiz and I mean, she lets us use our books and our notes. We really don't need to just straight up use Quizlet and just cheat. So make sure that you're not using it to cheat. Make sure you're using it to study for your tests. Last week we talked about equal rights and civil liberties. The Equal Protection Clause. I'll go ahead and show this to y'all on the thingy-mabobber. Here's some of the vocabulary words. Equal rights and civil liberties. Equal rights and civil rights, my bad. The Equal Protection Clause, which is a clause of the 14th Amendment that forbids any state to deny equal protection of the law to any individual within its jurisdiction, which would be like they couldn't deny you because of your religion or your race or anything like that. It's saying that it applies to everybody, basically. Reasonable basis test, a test applied by courts to laws that treat individuals unequally. Such laws may be deemed constitutional if their purpose is held to be reasonably related to legitimate government interest. Let's see. We went over de jure discrimination. I probably messed that up really bad, but discrimination on the basis of race, sex, religion, ethnicity, and alike that results from a law. We talked about that. Make sure you know that vocab word. We've been talking about that a lot. And de facto discrimination, discrimination on the basis of race, sex, religion, ethnicity, and the like that results from social, economic, and cultural bias and conditions. Be sure to know the difference in those two things. If you need some examples, Google them, pull them up, look them up on Quizlet. It'll give you a different definition and maybe help you more to understand kind of what is going on there. Okay, I wasn't sure if I clicked the right thing. So that's really all we talked about, mostly. Be sure that you're coming to class. Don't just kind of like watch these videos and be like, okay, what do we go over, so you don't have to go to class. Class is, I mean, we discuss things a lot in class, and especially if you're an auditory learner, be sure to come to class because we have a lot of discussions. And what I love most about Miss Rankin is she asks us our opinions, or what do you think about this? Do you understand this? And what would you do? And stuff like that. And so like she really engages us. So come to class so you can get engaged and learn better. If you're more of like a visual learner, write down what she says. I mean, we have notes. She prints us off notes, make little notes out to the side. This is what this is talking about. This is an example that she gave us, like that. But just make sure that you're coming to class, and it makes it so much easier if you come to class. If you're having trouble with not only this class, but any other class, seriously, look up Quizlet and go through those flashcards. Go through them 2 or 3 times a day. I mean, it takes like 5 minutes, depending on how many definitions you have or whatever. But that really helps me to prepare for tests, and just prepares me for class to make sure I am like getting refreshed and knowing and retaining all the information that we talked about. So I'm in the Ollie Center Mondays from 2:30 to 7, Tuesdays from 1 to 7, and Fridays from 1 to 4. So if y'all have any questions, I'm here then, or email the NASNATI Center. Our email is successcenter. I forgot our email, but Brad can like put it right here, I'm pretty sure. So email the NASNATI and just make sure that if you have any questions, nasnati@carlalbert.edu. I don't know why I forgot that. NASNTI@carlalbert.edu. Email us if you have any questions or you're having any problems, because we want to help you. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week.